Hi, my name is Adam Ciegelski. I'm CEO and Director of Goldline Resources. Goldline is a mineral exploration company looking for gold in Sweden and Finland. We went public 12 months ago, and we are looking for multi-million ounce discoveries on district scale projects in Fennoscandia.
Hello, Adam.
Hello.
Welcome to London.
Thank you. Happy to be here finally.
We should tell people how we met. And I don't mean like that. You were walking along the corridor, saw a sign outside, and you walked in. And that's how we met.
Yeah, it just so happened you're on the same floor,
Yeah.
and I was on your website and curious to get started, and there you were. Right
There it was. It's fortuitous. It's destiny.
It's destiny.
Well, we've not met before that moment, which is, I think, was it just yesterday or the day before? I can't remember.
It's pretty foggy. I think it
Right?
was yesterday,
Yeah, I know. It's all merging into
Yesterday
one
morning,
moment.
that's
Yeah.
right.
So look, I'm going to hear the story for the first time, meet you for the first time, and introduce you to the subscribers for the first time as well.
Mm-hmm.
So why don't we kick off? A little bit about you. What's your background?
As a studied biochemistry in university and just became an entrepreneur. Traveled into Africa, commercialized an industrial minerals project, and that kind of got me hooked on junior
country?
mining. Uganda.
Okay. I'll
Yeah.
work there.
So mid-90s, I was starting to trade stocks online and followed the Kaiser Bottom Fishing Report and
Oh man.
got
blast
hooked
from
on
the
this
past.
junior market. So
Yeah.
here I am now.
Fantastic. And you've kind of assembled a little team around you as well. Give us a little bit of background on them.
Yeah, the project that we've got came out of the EMX royalty portfolio.
Yeah,
So
Dave Cole.
Dave Cole, Eric Jensen, and they identified this project. They've been in Sweden for many, many years. So when the market bottomed out, they grabbed this gold line belt. And as all good projects, they started with finding something in the right time, and they were looking for the right team to move it forward, and that's what we did.
Timing's everything. Connection. What's your connection with EMX then? Was it?
EMX, I am very close friends with a colleague, Toby Pierce, and Toby was on the board of the project that was advancing it privately. And it was COVID. I was dealing with the markets were crashing. I saw the price of gold kind of bouncing around. I said, this is going again, and there we are. We dove into this project and secured the assets and moved it forward.
Okay, fantastic. Well, let's talk about the project. Okay, so Finland, Sweden. You're going to tell me about Finland. I'm going there for Christmas. So, but before that, your project, it's. I think it's sort of become flavorful at the moment, and that people understand it a little bit more than they did. Some pretty big names doing some good stuff over there. Have you worked in that jurisdiction before?
No, we started off with 4 projects in Sweden, three of them on the Gold Line belt and one on the VMS belt to just east of there. And then as we listed, we raised $6 million at the time, and EMX introduced us to Agnico, and we acquired that other 2 assets in Sweden and Finland through a transaction with Agnico. So, Finland was blowing up at the time, and big discoveries, big news, and great places in the world to do business. So it was just a natural fit to change it from a Sweden story to a Scandinavian story in general. Right. And again, it was another district scale opportunity that we grabbed, and really big project areas, and just very exciting to be able to get into Finland at a time where everyone's sort of rushing in there now.
Okay, so let's talk about what you're trying to be, because I always look to understand people's business plans. What's going on up here in terms of what you're setting out to do. Because as an investor, I need to know what I'm going to be investing in. Is this just an explore co, or is this something that you want to actually bring into development? And some people get a bit more ambitious than that. Yeah,
again, it really depends on the market environment, but for the most part, we see an exploration opportunity, large-scale exploration, systematic opportunity to just advance these assets, create value, and reclassify the company, and I think ultimately, sell the company and sell the projects.
Right. Okay. And where's the money come from?
Well, originally we've done an equity financing. So for us, we have these large packages. So we're looking at all sorts of different situations. There's a lot of money out there. We've got about 1.2 million in the bank right now. So of the 3 kind of critical things you need, we've got the large land packages. We have the team, and really we just got to find a creative way to really advance these things in a non-dilutive way. So
well, there's the constant challenge for explorers for sure. So 1.2 is 3 projects, doesn't leave you a lot of options at the moment. So you've got to have a plan. So we're talking kind of broadly, generically about how you go about doing these things. So let's talk about your assets, prioritized, and what you think you need to allocate to each of those, and also timelines around that. So what are you going to do? When you go talking to the money, what are you saying to them?
Well, obviously, the original work that we've been doing is on the Gold Line belt. There's a 2.5 million ounce discovery right in the middle of our belt. It's a 100-kilometer strike length. We've done systematic exploration there, invested in Sweden right now on that belt. We're just completing our 4th hole of our drill program, which is our first diamond drill program after almost 6,000 meters of base of till that we've done. So the capital that we have now, we're allocating towards that Gold Line belt, and we should have permits in place and be able to go and advance the project in Finland in the new year. So for us, it's can we leverage the success that we're having on the drill now to move our stock price up and create greater interest in our stock price, and ultimately use that as a mechanism to finance the next steps, which is going into Finland. That's a discovery already. That's 250,000 ounces, and we have a massive greenstone belt. So
what's the thing when you walk in through that door to a banker, institution, or broker, or corporate? You've got to tell them enough to get them excited. What's that thing that's going to get them over the line? Jurisdiction's great, right?
Yeah.
And the idea's great, but they need something, and that tells you how you got to allocate the current capital to be able to create that headline for them to at least say, do you know what, I think these guys deserve the financing for the next stage here. So what is that thing?
Well, I think having a pretty distinctive position in Finland, having a discovery in place already, and the ability to add ounces pretty quickly. I think with what we have, we could probably reclassify the asset, get it up over 1 million ounces pretty quickly, and I think that presents an opportunity to create value as quickly as possible. And at the same time, we've spent a year and a half, 2 years working this Gold Line belt, and we have a potential discovery on our hands that if we can just confirm that will set up the market nicely. We've got warrants in place. We've got shareholders that would like to exercise those warrants. So I think with a little bit of interest in the marketplace and some good results, we should be able to trigger that excitement to be able to bring in that capital. Okay,
and tell us a little bit about the ore body. What do you understand today from whether the tilling or the 4 holes that you've done?
Well, it's hard to say for sure with gold, right? But I mean, we're hitting all the structures that we expected. This is the first time that we've done diamond drilling, so we had a clear thesis on what's there. But obviously, you're learning a lot as you see that rock. So this is really our maiden, diamond drilling program, and we'll see probably within the next month what those assays look like. But we're obviously very excited by what we're seeing originally. I'm going up to site this week, so I'll see myself. And within the next few weeks, we should have more information for the market.
And assay delays up there as well. It seems to be worldwide at the moment. How are you guys doing?
I don't think that's going to be the problem here. We're working. EMX has a lot of leverage with the assay labs. So again, we're drilling, we're logging it, and we're not exactly shipping it anywhere. The lab is right there, so we're simply just rolling it down the hall and setting it up. So I think we'll have results pretty quickly. I don't think we're going to see this 3-4 month delay in assays. We'll have assays within 6 weeks.
Okay.
Worst case 8 weeks, I would imagine.
Right. So it gives you some data points from which to kind of formulate some sort of plan here. Tell me a bit about you. How much money have you put into this thing yourself?
I just recently added another 500,000 shares into a financing that we did. So I've of the $6 million, my friends and family, and made a pretty significant investment. That is really relative to each individual. And
You're in.
Adding my position to.
Okay.
I'd love to add more now, but obviously we're drilling, so I can't do that. But I think you'll see, insiders adding to their positions over the next, 2-3 months.
Would you describe it as pain money? As in, if this didn't work out, that would hurt, right?
Well, it's you do this for the upside, and again, you have to be prepared for the downside. And so one way or another, whether we're successful or not, I look forward to continuing. We've got a systematic approach here. We've got endless amount of targets. This is not about one drill program. This is about continuously being persistent at developing all these targets, and then giving yourself chance after chance after chance, because all you really need is that 1 hole or 2 holes to kind of confirm you've got an ore body there. And again, these are historical ore bodies that were drilled out in the 70s and 80s by the Geological Survey in Sweden. So we're kind of going off areas that we know there's mineralization there, and we're now applying modern techniques to kind of de-risk it as much as possible. So I think we've got a really good chance, but again, this is exploration and this is risky, and you don't hit on your first drill campaign. And if we're successful and lucky in a bit of these things, then obviously we're well on our way. And we're 15 million market cap company, so we could easily see elasticity in our stock price with the right kind of results and the right kind of exposure. And it's a story that's evolving, and ultimately we have more targets and more work that we can do. It's ultimately just kind of applying the right approach and not, overspending on some of these opportunities without getting more information.
Well, exactly that. I think that's what people are going to wait for from you over the next few weeks. So not too long to wait on that front. Because when juniors, especially experts, come in and start talking about district-wide opportunities, it's like that is an opportunity. It's also a liability if you're cash constrained, right? So the question is, in terms of optionality left on the table for you is, well, maybe we need to create some kind of farming opportunities for others to bring some money in, or at least spread the load, share the balance sheet pain. For you guys with this discovery, not many people make discoveries, so that would be a good day at the office. That you think would give you the impetus that you need to go and get the capital for the next stage. So you've spent the money, you believe, which may allow that to happen. Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
Right.
And we're also we're drilling in an area that we feel very confident in, but we've also got projects that are just obvious targets. And in Finland, we have the discovery in Finland. We have 250,000 ounces. We have almost a 4-kilometer strike length that is untested at depth. Like, we have a fantastic opportunity in that a world-class exploration target in Finland. So really, what I want to do is just get the results out to the market.
Right.
And
what do you think that looks like? Right. So a 250,000 ounces. It's like it's a good start, or it's the end of the line. In terms of the economics around these things. So, just rather specifically, if you don't mind, what are the things that you've been doing in terms of what are the drill results that you're looking to come in, which build on that as a kind of cornerstone?
In Finland specifically?
Yeah.
Well, Finland, the 250,000 ounces is on a 2-kilometer strike length that we've acquired. We know it's open in both directions. We probably want to go and confirm that another 2 kilometers to the southwest that we have that same mineralization. We have holes from Agnico that have confirmed that. We'd like to do that for ourselves. And I think 1 or 2 holes underneath the deposit showing the same widths, the same sort of we're getting anywhere between 5 and 10 meters thickness, anywhere from 4 grams to 12 grams, 15 grams. So average grade of 4.11 grams per ton gold. It's a high grade deposit. Of the 50,000 meters that have been drilled, I think 70% of those were drilled with over 2 grams per ton. So it's a very good grade. All we need to do is see more of that kind of same consistent results. Show it continues at depth. And when you're talking kind of 4 kilometers strike length, you have a down dip opportunity that's pretty significant. Right. So really, we just want to test it at depth. And if it gets wider, that's fantastic. But if it just stays exactly what it is, we've got ourselves, we're on our way to, I would say, at least 1 million ounces. And putting ourselves, on the map with an excellent opportunity to grow that. That district is over 35 kilometers long. We have an entire greenstone belt that we control. We know where the discovery is. We know there's other features and other opportunities on that belt. So what we want to do is just confirm and get on the ground in Finland and confirm that that's there. We would need to do maybe a 4,000 or 5,000 drill program, 5,000 meter drill program to start, and that would give us a very good step into that.
What's that cost over there?
About 250 all in Canadian.
Per meter?
Yeah, per meter.
Okay. That's not too bad.
No, it's fair. It's completely fair. And we've got, again, the EMX has got excellent relationships with the drilling companies. They're more low-profile drilling companies that are operated by the natives. So it gives us sort of an opportunity to work with the natives in the area as well. And it's built strong relationships there. So I'll be going over there now to sort of, continue that momentum and just, make sure that we're building a long-term strategy that we can continue to execute on that plan in a timely manner. Sweden's a great place to do business. Sweden's a great place to drill. We have properties along the belt that we can operate in different times of the year. So we can systematically go in there every 2 months. We can get a rig in there, and we're not flying helicopters in there. We're not, we're driving these things in there. It's pretty low profile. And again, the drillers, they work very quickly. They pump these things out, and it's getting cold right now, so we're hoping that it snows a bit and makes our life a little bit easier. But it's exciting.
It is exciting, and I guess the next few weeks are really important for you to be able to allow you to go and have those conversations in the marketplace. I'm glad you walked by. It's great. It's a nice little story. It's a nice part of the world, and I think people pay attention to you. Maybe hopefully listen to this, and maybe when you come back in, we can get a little bit more technical.
You got it.
And understand how you've gone about the drilling component of this and what you want to be doing. I think people understand the way that you want to approach this. Gives us some pretty big clues about how you guys think. So I appreciate it.
You got it. Thank you very much.
Adam, Good to see you, mate.
Thank you, sir.
Cheers.
Good to be here.